started tattooing, I was probably 16 years old. Seen a friend of mine had a tattoo on his arm, and I got interested in doing them. So I learned how to make a homemade tattoo machine, and I just started practicing with that. From there, I bought a real machine, and I started fucking my real friends up. My family being from Mexico kind of it kind of does give you that whole Chicano style, you know. You grow up religious, you grew up in poverty, you know, so a lot of that stuff reflects on the artwork. The Chicano style tattooing is a lot of like like gangster stuff. You got money, you got clowns, girls, then you got like all the religious stuff like the Virgin Marys, the Jesus pieces. You know, it's all into it. It influences you a little bit. I guess seeing my boy Fat Mac work, his work, seeing other people work on Instagram and on social media kind of made me want to do that type of stuff too. I guess just drawing and stuff, it makes you want to do that type of work. Faces and hands and clowns and all of that. Portraits is my #1 thing right now. Portraits and anything pretty much realism and black and gray I do. He started tattooing the way he says it in the late 1900s. He actually picked me up off of me messing one of my friends up. He seen what I was doing. He told him to get in contact, if I could get in contact with him. So what he told me, the exact words he told me was, I see what you're trying to do, but you just can't tattoo worth shit. So I'm gonna pick you up, I'm gonna put you under my wing, and I'm gonna show you a little here and there so you could better the craft a little bit. 2012 we opened this shop, and we've just been pushing work out of here since then, trying to build. It's been growing a lot. I mean, we've been in the area for forever, but this shop is probably one of the most shop that's known down here. Growing up around here isn't too bad. I mean, it's bad if you want it to be bad, but I guess it's chill, it's normal to me, and I guess to whoever else grew up around here. You know, it's just like anywhere else, you got your bad parts, your good parts. I guess in the struggle, some people grew up in the struggle, some people didn't. There's a lot of, down here's a lot of Mexicans and blacks, Haitians. You know, you got a little bit of Cubans here and there, a little bit of Puerto Ricans. But for the most part, you got a lot of Cubans and blacks and Mexicans down here, this part of Miami. The artist that influenced me the most is probably Mr. Cartoon. Because, you know, growing up, the only one that was making noise like that, tattooing, was Mr. Cartoon. Actually, when I was younger, I used to draw a lot on papers and a lot of I didn't take art class or nothing like that, but the little bit of art that I did do, I did use different stuff like oil on canvas. I've done acrylic on canvas. I've done charcoal on canvas, charcoal on wood. So, I tried a little bit of everything. From 2012 probably to like 2014, I was traveling once a month doing different shows. From there, we started picking the ones that were actually good. So 2015, when I would travel, I would only do the shows that I actually did pretty good on, that were actually pretty good and had all the good artists. The first tattoo contest was in 2012. I actually won an award on that one. We went and entered it, and I did a Godfather piece on one of my friends, not a Godfather, Al Capone piece on one of my friends. And I entered it just to enter it, and he actually ended up winning first place, black and gray. Nothing compares to that first win, but I've done one where I've won actually Tattoo of the Day on Saturday, and then Best of Show that Sunday. That was pretty dope. At first, back in the days, it just used to be like, oh, I'm gonna go get a quick name or a quick something off the wall. Now it's more like people walk in with the ideas rather than, oh, I'm gonna go get something off the wall. Well, if they come with the idea, we kind of put it together for them. They can come in with like a little rough draft or like a little picture or a reference of what they want, and then we'll just put something together for them. The people that influence me a lot, that push me to be what I'm doing and do what I'm doing, is my boy Fat Mac. I see the work he does and it makes me want to try harder. My boy DJ that sits behind me, he pushes me a lot too. And pretty much the area I grew up in pretty much influences me to do what I'm doing. Because a lot of people around here, they know me from what I've been doing for a long time, and they kind of all pretty much say the same thing. They be like, man, you've been doing this since high school. I see you growing. You've been doing it. You could have been doing other shit, but instead you stuck to it, and that's what you're doing. Instagram is tattoogit, TATTOOGIT. The shop is we're located in Homestead, Florida. The shop, the cell phone to the shop is 305-248-4333. If you want to make an appointment, that's the best way to contact me, or through Instagram. I'm just trying to be remembered, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. As long as they remember me, I'm good with that.